But oh, look at this. Miss Ladybug is crawling on my desk. I guess that brings us good luck, right? That's what somebody told me. But um, let's have some good luck with my framed florets ordering special. I haven't done an ordering special for a bit on cards, so I thought I would bring in this lovely card set. It's starting today, December 8th, and going to December 16th. And the class is going to ship the week of December 26th. And the reason being, Stampin' Up! Right now is up to 10 days for product to be shipped. So I can't promise that I can get this out before Christmas. If I can, you know I will. And I will do my hardest and most powerful whatever work to get this shipped out before, but I cannot promise. And plus, you know, everybody's going to be shipping either USPS or UPS. So I'm not going to promise, but I believe it will ship around December 26th, and that's about the same time my card club ships. And my offering here is a $35 product order. You will receive 8 kits, and they will come with all the die cuts, the paper, the embellishments, linen thread, whatever you see in the card. And the paper you will receive, plus our medium basic white envelopes, which are the best you can send your cards in. So if I run out of embellishments, then I will substitute what I have in my craft room. And I just got in some of the new mini catalog embellishments today. I have all of the paper, the designer series paper. You can be looking out for my designer series paper share. I always do those. I'm not sure if I'll do an embellishment share because looking at the embellishments, man, they are so delicate that I think splitting those packs up would be very, very difficult. But I will take a look at them. Like I said, I saw it about for 30 seconds today when I was breaking down my box. So that was nice that I got that when I got home. All right, so I have a new host code here. Not sure if you can see it. I think you might be able to. I will have this on my blog later tonight or tomorrow, and also in my email going out too. So if you're not on my email list, you should be. Just go to inspiredbygraham.com and just fill out that little pop-up that pops up at you in about 2 seconds once you're on my site, and then fill out the information, and that will go right to my constant contact list, and then you'll be on my list. Okay, so that host code, I'll tell you what it is. It's PY2X49GS, and that is PY2X49GS. This is the direct URL to get to my site and to embed the host code in there, so you do not have to enter it. But if you choose to order more than $150 or $150 plus, do not use the host code. Just go to my website and place your order that way so you can receive the Stampin' reward. So on a $150 order, you will receive $15 from Stampin' Up! To be used for product in that specific order. So let's go through the cards here. I'm using 2 stamp sets, and I'll talk about those in just a second, but I did want to show you the cards. We did the same card class in my Parks and Recreation class. Everybody loved them. And they just had a great time. So that's one. And then number 2 here. And I had this question on my Facebook page, pink for Christmas cards. And I said yes or no. And it was kind of 50-50. And this card here you don't have to use the stamp set. You can use whatever you want, but you are definitely going to want the stamp set here and the dies to cut out that beautiful flower there. And on the inside from all of us, I love that little font there. It's just sweet and simple. Then here's a thank you card. And it's going to be a top folding card. Thank you with all my heart. It's really hard to see this because I did it kind of a tone on tone, but this is a die cut here. And tonight I'm going to color that in a different color, soft succulent probably. And then on the inside, I always like to add a strip of the designer series paper to carry that all the way from the front to the inside of our cards. And then notice on the back side, I'm using that limited edition stamp. I'll try to remember to use that tonight. And then here's another Christmas card. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Uses some gold foil. I don't have any of this, so I'm going to have to make do with what I have. Merry Christmas. And then this one I'd had a different Made with Love Stampin' Up. So these berries here are going to be colored in with, I think I'll use either, it'll be either real red or cherry cobbler. Probably real red because that is the card base color. Okay, so again, that's my ordering special. I will put this out in front of you at the end as well. If you want to take a snapshot, now is the time to do that. Your kits will come with written instructions. So let me just take this away. Maybe I can just fold it up and kind of keep it in the area here so you can kind of see off to the side here. Try to. Okay, so we're going to use my 10-second bow maker tonight. All right, so here is the instructions, and if you haven't seen my instructions, they do include a supply list, measurements, and stamping and assembly, and I generally add 2 to 3 pictures so you can kind of see the progress inside, a close-up of the focal point and the card front itself. And then here's this one. This one has quite a few instructions, but it goes together fairly well. And then thank you with all my heart here. And then lastly, 'tis the season to be jolly. And then on the back side, I do include a supply list. So if you want to know what products I've used, you can have them right here, and you can place an order. You know, that $35 order, just get something on the back side here to work with your cards. All right, so the bundle I'm working with is very popular, and you may already have it in your craft room. Okay, it's called the Framed Florets bundle. It's $54, and it's a photopolymer stamp set. I'm teaming it up with the Framed and Festive. One good thing about this is that it is carrying over to the mini catalog. So if you don't have it and you want to wait until January, then wait, and you can get this bundle at the same price. It's $54 currently now, and then in the mini catalog that's coming out in January. So regarding the mini catalog in celebration, I have ordered those catalogs from Stampin' Up, and they're going to be sent directly to my customers. So if you are a customer of mine, don't worry. It's probably going to take 2 to 3 weeks because they do go out bulk mail, which is a little bit slower, like maybe 3 weeks slower than regular mail. And with all that mail that's going through the postal system right now, it could be a little bit longer. But as a demonstrator, I was able to order, a demonstrator that went to on stage, I was able to order a ton of product prior to, and then I just got my rest of my product order today. All right, so we're going to keep this one close by, and then here is just that Christmas stamp set that I like to use with this one as well. But to use the card kits, this stamp set works perfectly. Okay, you don't really need to have the Christmas because the cards that we'll be making can be very you know, all occasion. So the paper is beautiful. This is not carrying over. Is it risky to do this class? Maybe, because if this sells out, it sells out. So you'll definitely want to get your name on the list before, because I'm going to do first come, first served on my ordering system. So I'll try to get this ordered as soon as I can, but let's go through it really quickly. You have 2 sheets of every, design here, front and back. So beautiful. And then here's this paper that has the evening evergreen and soft succulent in it, and you can see these berries are just kind of naked, and we're gonna color those up. I think that's directional. Let me just turn that. Yeah, I had the paper pack. It looks like it was upside down. And then here's lots of blues here, beautiful paper, lots of colors that I really like. And here's another soft succulent. And here's number 2. Now, what you could do on that paper, on this one right here, if you notice, we've got some blueberries in here. Well, I don't think they're blueberries, but they're colored blue. Balmy Blue and Pool Party, most likely. And you could color those on here as well. But I do like the pop of red, as it is like more Christmassy. And then here's another pattern we'll be using tonight. And then I really like this side. I didn't use it, but I think it's very, very striking for like focal points, meaning this piece here, and just nice layering. Here's another sheet. And then here's another pattern that we'll be using tonight as well. Polished pink is the highlight color there. And that is a beautiful side as well. And then finally, I'm not using this pattern, but it's very nice with lots of blues and greens again. And on the back side is a gingham pattern in Evening Evergreen. I really hope they carry over Evening Evergreen. I don't want to see it to leave, so I'm hoping that maybe they'll keep it around another year. So we'll see what Stampin' Up! Decides they want to do. All right, so that is the paper I'm using. And again, this is not carrying over, so if you want to add that to your order, I would do it because it's beautiful. And as you can see for yourself right here, it's very, very striking. All right, so the first card we're going to be making is this one here. So let me just move these over to the side. And let me grab the bin that I'm going to be using tonight. Let's see, who's on tonight? I don't even know. All right, I haven't looked. I'm not going to look at comments right now because I'm going to try to stay focused to my card making itself. So I'll try to keep this a little bit... I don't know. There's lots going to be die cutting in this too, so we'll see how I go. All right, so I'm using 3 stamps from the framed Florets, and then here's that background or the backside stamp. The 2 ink colors are Balmy Blue and Soft Succulent, and I'm using linen thread as my well, as that little bow right here. You may not have seen it, but it's right there. And then the embellishment is from, and these are all kind of falling out, they are the Flowers Adhesive Backed Trinkets, and they come in gold and silver. I keep them in this case because they are kind of very delicate, and then they're a little bit heavy, so they do kind of come off the plastic piece there. So let's try to stay as organized as I can. So, of course, photopolymer stamps will require your piercing mat. So I'm going to have that here, and I'm going to grab some scrap paper because that just looks like something I wouldn't want to look at when I'm watching a demonstrator. So let's pull in some prettier paper here. All right. Okay, so the first step we're going to do is we're going to stamp. Let me just put that card right in front of us again. Okay, and I'm going to try to stay on camera the best I can. We'll see if that works or not. Okay, Balmy Blue. We will need to, let's see. Oh, you know what I did is in my class, they had to die cut that out. So I'm going to need my stylish shapes for that, but I can run and get that while the ink is drying. So Balmy Blue and Wishes for a Beautiful Birthday. Love that. I love the fonts. So I'm just going to test my ink over here just to make it sure it's really strong. And then I'm going to stamp right in the middle of that basic white. Okay, we'll put that aside. And then on the inside, what did I stamp here? For a special person on a special day. So let's find our card base. And I'm going to stamp on this side here. And again, the message is using Balmy Blue. So I'm going to just kind of stamp that in the middle. And then I'm going to take my Soft Succulent color. And I thought that looked a little boring, so I wanted to put some kind of foliage in it. So I chose to use Soft Succulent. And this one here is going downwards. I'm going to make this one going upwards. So I'm going to make it so it's on the left side and kind of curving up. Okay. Now the envelope, you can stamp whatever you want on it. Since I've got this right in my hand, I'm gonna stamp the foliage. Looks like I got a little mark on that one, but that's okay. We'll try to hide it. Now you could stamp that in Memento Black and color it in if you wanted to, or you can just take a marker and color in that as well. I'm just going to leave it as is because I like to see the white coming through. So I believe that is all the stamping we have today. So now we need to die cut and assemble. So let me go get my stylish shaped circle. And thankfully, it was right on top. So let me grab these. These are, if you don't have these, you should, because they are just perfect for any kind of, see, here's the square I used. So for layering, stamping, what have you, that is a staple in my craft room. I have 2 sets now because when I'm die cutting for classes and card club, definitely need 2 sets. Okay, so let's put this over here. I'm going to grab my mini cut and emboss machine. I haven't used this with you guys for a while. And let me just find my plates. They are right here. Okay, so I'm going to use number 3. People, it depends on your mini cut and emboss, because some machines work well with the 1 and some do not, and some work well with the 3. So I'm going to try 3 because I have 2 of these machines and they actually both work differently. So I don't know which machine I have in my craft room, but we're going to try to go with this one here. So 3, 2, and then we need the sentiment. It's right here. And I'm just going to, I don't know if you can see this or not. Yeah, I think you can. So I'm not using any washi tape. This doesn't have a magnet on it, so you got to be kind of careful. And it will cut off just a little tiny bit, but not too bad. And then my other plate here is plate number 2. And let's see if I can get this without moving the die. I'm trying to cheat and not use washi tape. Okay, let's try it. Let's crank it through and see what we get. I love having the mini cut and emboss machine right on my desk because it's just so quick and easy and it doesn't require a lot of space. Stampin' Up! Does sell this as a bundle, meaning the mini cut and emboss and the stylish shapes. I'm not sure. It always seems to be on back order, meaning they can't keep up with the orders. So it's a hot commodity for sure. Okay, so we've got that die cut. I'm just going to keep this over here. Throw out that paper, and the die cut is going to go up there so I don't lose it. Okay, I'm going to just put this in here because I think this is a little bit better to work on. All right, so we have, plus my silicone craft sheet, which I have, is downstairs with all of my card. I had an in-person class yesterday at a senior facility, and all my little bins are still downstairs, so I've got to get those up here yet. But that was really fun. 6 ladies at a 65-plus facility. Oh, it was so much fun. None of them had stamped ever, so that even made it more special that I was able to teach them how to stamp and assemble their cards, and they all loved it, and they all want me to come back for a Valentine's Day class. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping that it will become a monthly occasion up there. So it's only 20 minutes from my house, which is really nice. So I just burnished that. I got ahead of myself. I burnished that with my bone folder so it can lay a little bit flatter for us and it's easier to work with. And then the next step up is going to be adding this panel here to the front. Now you kind of want to look at it to see what pattern is more like, it's not directional, but it kind of is in a way. So you just got to get a feel for it and which way. I'm going to adhere it this way. Oh, there's that pattern there too. So let's look at this. Let's look at this. I'm going to see what this looks like. Because remember I said that pattern was like super sweet. So this is kind of what I do when I'm designing. I'll see I kind of put it down and I kind of work with it and see what patterns I like the best. But I think we can all say we're going to adhere it this way, just like the sample shows us. So I think we all kind of like flowers, right? And they're not growing anywhere. It's special. Actually, you know what I noticed? It's been so warm in Vermont that my mums that I didn't pull up, the bulbs are starting to grow again. That's crazy. They should be like completely dead. But I saw some green on them yesterday. So I guess you never know what's going to happen here. So let me just turn this around. Yeah, I want to go this way. Okay, so that's just going to get adhered on my thick basic white, which is 8.5 by 5.5, and I've already scored it 4 1/4. Then this other layer here, which is 2 by 4, is going to get adhered right there. Now the other side is this one, and of course that's not going to work, right? Because it's kind of, we can all say it's kind of boring, right? And it just is too busy. So we're just going to put the liquid glue on the back side of that one. And I'm trying to be so careful not to get glue on my fingers. I'm going to switch over probably to Seal Plus in my next card, but we'll see. Okay, so what I did was here, I put it about 1/2 inch away from the edge there, and then about maybe 3/4 to an inch at the top and the bottom. The next part is going to be working with the focal point. So we're going to add the Wishes for a Beautiful Birthday on top of the Balmy Blue, and we're going to be using our Stampin' Dimensionals. And in my class, my in-person classes, I give them all the adhesives because it's educational class, and that's how they want me to run it. So these are the bits and pieces I use for from my classes. So they get a 1/2 sheet, and what's left goes back in Karen's craft room, and I give them a new sheet for their next class. Because I think we all enjoy working with a new sheet of Stampin' Dimensionals, right? I know I do. So I'm just going to cut all those little pieces so we can work a little bit faster. Our dimensionals come 300 to a pack, plus the outer edge. So $4.25 is the price. If you're a demonstrator, of course, you'll get your 20 to 25% discount off of the $4.25. So definitely pays to be a hobby demonstrator or business-minded, whatever you want. I started out as a hobby stamper for 9 years, and then I switched over to business-minded about 2 3/4 years ago. So March will be my, February 24th will be my anniversary with Stampin' Up, and that will be 3 years as a business-minded demonstrator. So as you can see, I'm enjoying the business side. Because that's the way I meet a lot of people, especially you guys watching me. I feel like you guys are my family, and also the people that I teach my classes to in person. They're just like family and sisters and brothers as well. So I love how paper crafting can bring people together. Alrighty, so the next step is really easy. This is going to get centered right over here, over that 2 by 4 piece. And then I'm going to try to get the same distance here away from this side here. So I just need to push it over just a little bit. Now, maybe you wouldn't have done that, but I guess I'm a little OCD. I kind of like doing that. All right, and then let's see, what else do we have? We got to get our 10-second bow maker out. So let me grab that. The linen thread. And this is how I make my bows. Now, when you order from me and you order a $35 product order, guess what? I'll make your bows for you as a thank you. So you'll get 2 of these bows tied and actually added probably to a glue dot. That way they'll ship a little bit better and you won't lose them. So sometimes when you add small embellishments in kits, you can easily kind of lose them if you're not really careful. All right, so I'm just got my bow. Just get it really tight there. Slide her off, and we'll set this aside. Now I'm going to sneak the little linen thread bow kind of over by the Y, and let me grab my take your pick tool and also some mini glue dots, which, you know what? I don't think I have any because they're downstairs with my kit. So hold on just a second, because you know what? Karen has mini glue dots. I'm just gonna grab a new box, right? We always like a new box of mini glue dots too. All right, so let me just grab these out of the box here. And then we will take your pick tool, find our glue dot, and put it on the very end of the pointy piece. I'm gonna roll it around like this, okay? So that we don't want a lot of this adhesive to show. So we kind of try to put it in a little ball there. And then let me find my linen thread. And I kind of look as to what side I like better, that one or this one. I think this one. So I'm going to grab, I'm going to put the glue dot right here, and then I'm going to stick it on there, and then I just release it. Okay. Then sometimes I'll kind of work with it as well. Okay. And now, of course, we need to trim those tails off. So let's do that. They're a little wonky there. And then the final step, well, next to final step, we have a strip of the Designer Series paper, and I'm going to add that right to the inside, just like that. Now, it is kind of directional because you kind of see these flowers need to go up this way, but I'm going to just see something. Yeah, I'm just going to put it sideways. It's not a big deal. All right, so I could have turned it on this side, but this pattern isn't in the card at all, so that's why I chose just to use a sideways design. I love to use my scraps up, so I don't like to throw them away because that's just kind of waste. All right, and like this is a scrap piece. Okay, final step is we're going to add some of the embellishments on. Again, these are the Flowers adhesive back trinkets, coming in gold and silver. And I like to be so super careful with these because they pop off so easily. And let me just grab my take your pick. I'm going to use the gold ones. We're going to add 3, so I'm going to just add them all on this blue piece here. So 1, 2, actually, I'm going to put 2 down here, and then 1 way up here to form our little kind of, I'm going to put it over on this side, triangle. So boom, boom, and boom. Okay, so that's our embellishment. Let me put this away. Let me put these side by side so you can kind of see. They're very similar except for where I placed the embellishment flowers there. So super beautiful card. Again, any of those sentiments will work in the framed Florets stamp set, which is, this is the one we're using today. And we're also using the framed and festive cling stamp set, which in case you are coming on late, that's what we're using today. So what do you guys think? Do you think it looks like a birthday card? I think it does, right? I think it can be really anything. For every one of these sentiments work with this pattern of paper. If I was to use these, of course, I would have to use some other kind of die cut or maybe a punch, but any of these will work. This would make a nice little background behind the sentiment, maybe stamped in 2nd generation balmy blue. That would look kind of good too, or soft succulent. So just another way you can kind of work with your cards. All right, let's see what number 2 will bring us. Let me just grab everything and put it away so I can say super organized for you guys and not make a pretty hot mess, right? Oh, guess what? I just saw this. So that means I need to stamp on the back side of my card. So while we have it out in my Balmy Blues here, I'm just going to take this, and it's a solid stamp, so you want to make sure your ink is on there nicely. And then I'm just going to stamp this right on the back side. I'm going to hold it a little bit longer than normal. And there you go. I chose the Balmy Blue because Balmy Blue's used in the sentiment there. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 will be, I think it's this one here, which is the bright polished pink version. And let me grab this bin here. And let's see what we're going to be using. The framed and festive stamp set, and we're going to be using May This Season Be Filled with Peace and Joy. And on the inside, From All of Us, I'm using Memento black ink because we're going to be coloring. And I'm using polished pink classic ink as well, and the iridescent pearls, basic pearls, which add a nice little shine as well. All right, let me find my kit, which is, where'd it go? Oh my goodness, buried, totally buried with my stylish shapes, but I got it because it's beautiful and bright. Okay, with this one, there's a lot of pieces, so let's try not to lose these. Again, we got our basic white envelope. We got a strip of the designer series paper that we'll use on the inside here, or no. I don't know what I used that for. It was a scrap, so maybe it's in there just because it's in there, and I have no idea why. And, you know, this is really strange. Why do I have all these pieces in here? Somebody in class, oh, I know what. Look at this. This was a kit that I started to make. I grabbed the wrong one. Hold on, you guys. It's right here. I was trying to make card kits too, and I was busy, so I guess, no, this isn't right either. Oh my gosh, I got the wrong pattern. All right, just a second, because I know I have another kit, but I put them off to the side. That is so strange. Just bear with me, you guys. All right, this goes with this one. We already did this one. You guys can look at that beautiful one. And then this one goes with this one here. And I don't know where the other one is. I know I have it. I'm going to go over on my other desk because there's could be some more kits over there. I don't know. Oh, I know what I did. Oh, duh, Karen. Okay, so this one, I did it differently, you guys. So that was what threw me off. So with this paper here, what I did, I'll show you what I did. So let me just clear this up. Apologies. Now I have like a really, really big hot mess. All right, we're gonna move this one. This is the one we're making, of course. So as I see things, we are going to just use them. So here's the polished pink. Again, it's 8.5 by 5.5 and pre-scored at 4 1/4. Don't you just love live videos? Because when you make a mistake, you gotta roll with it, right? Okay, so then we have a Night of Navy panel. And then we have the designer series paper. And what I was trying to do and try to remember here was it goes like this, okay? You can keep it like that, or you can add it with a 1-inch strip, which is the back side of this one here. So that's what got me all confused. I'm gonna switch over to Stampin' the Seal Plus. instead of the glue because I really don't want glue on my fingers. And I know a lot of you use liquid glue because that was my question a while ago, was what is your favorite glue? And I think, if I remember correctly, liquid glue is the favorite. All right, so I'm working left to right, so I just turn it around because I'm right-handed. Okay, so I'm just lining that up. Along the edge there is about 1/8 of an inch border. And then this one will just slide right here. Okay, just like that. And I'll just take my Seal Plus and I'm just gonna run it down the middle. It should be just fine. And I gotta turn it again just because of how I work here. Okay, so that's good. All right, then the next step will be to stamp. And I know I have the oval somewhere. So let me show you the dies because I haven't showed you the dies yet. But I've already pre-dyed cut this for you. And what I did was I used this one here. So with this one, what happens is if you have a piece of, say, the polished pink, maybe 4x4, it's going to cut out this little frame and it's also going to cut out an oval. So to do a lot of these cards, see, here's this. I had to die cut once in the polished pink and then again in the white so I could have the white in the middle and polished pink on the outside. So I've got a lot in my craft room right now. I have the reverse, so a lot of the polished pink in the middle and white frame. So I'll definitely use those going forward. So that's these dies. This one's beautiful as well. I don't have my template made yet, but this one has hearts on it, and this one would be really nice to use for Valentine's Day. So those are the dies. And from now I'm actually putting them in my stamp set so I know that it's a bundle and it stays together instead of my rubber bands, which I've been using too. All right, so we need this piece for stamping. This one's already stamped Merry Christmas, so I'm going to keep that one. This one here, let's get this out of the way. We're going to adhere it right to the card front so I can get, whoops, a lot of these pieces. Oops, hold on. A lot of these pieces out of the way. So then I have a little bit more room to work with. I'm just using like little flicks because I don't use adhesive all the way around because I like to save it. All right, so let's just mount this right on the front of the polished pink. Okay, the next thing I could do actually is adhere the frame. And when I did this, I adhered it with liquid glue. So to do that, all I did was add little dots of glue about 3/4 of an inch away from each other, just going around the oval. This is all you need. You do not need a ton of glue. I'm probably actually using too much. Okay, so there's that. That looks like little pearls, by the way. And I put the liquid glue on the rough side. All right, so the smooth side is on the front. So right now I'm going to center that right on the front very carefully. And then I'm going to use a block to press it down. That way it stays put and I don't move it accidentally. Okay. That's going to dry. And to get this off, just use some rubbing alcohol. That will get that adhesive right off. We can take this one here. This is the inside panel and Merry Christmas is stamped there. And then I'm going to add this piece. You can go either way. I love this one, so that's what I'm going to use for the inside scrap piece. And I'm going to go with this direction because of those two little berries there. And this is 3 3/4 of an inch wide by, I think it was 1. And then let's get this one adhered to the inside of the card. I'm making a lot of room here, so it'll be easier once I get a little bit more space here, and because I'm going to have to color and die cut once again. All right, so that's prepped pretty good. The oval. Now the oval, if I can find one, because they were all die cut. I'm just going to figure out where they are. That one's already stamped, so maybe I'll just do that. I'll use this one. You won't see me stamp, but that's okay. So this one, I'm going to give it dimension so it pops up and it's not lost on the card. So for instance, if you add it right here, just like that, oh, this is crooked, by the way, then it's going to kind of look like it's lost. So to make it lively, we'll just take our dimensional pieces here and add them, 5 of them. Okay, press those really down solid. I'm going to use my take your pick tool to take this backing right off here. Oops, one more here. Okay, these are so sticky. All right, so now I'm going to add this to the frame. And it is a little crooked just because I think I stamped it crooked. But that's okay. All right, so here's that scrap. And we will need to use our Memento black ink because I'm going to be using my Stampin' Blends. And the stamp, let's see if I didn't even take it out of the case. Let's hope it's in here. Yep, it's right here. Okay, so it's a rather large stamp, as you can see. A D block probably is not going to work, right? So I've got one right here because it's going to be most likely too big, even if you go diagonally like that. So this and this is kind of sticking over. You can always fuss with it this way because it fits just barely. Okay, so it is on the edge there. It should stamp pretty good. Let me just pull in my piercing mat just to make sure we have that little cushion to work with. And I like to use my Memento black by taking the ink pad to the stamp. Just because the ink pads here are smaller than our classic ink pads. Okay, I'll take a look at that just to make sure it looks pretty good. Take my basic white and I'm just going to stamp right in the middle here. It doesn't matter where, as long as we're stamping on the white. Because we're going to, oh, that didn't come out very well. I'm going to try one more time. Because we're going to die cut that out. It really doesn't matter as long as you've got a little bit of white around the edge here. So let me see if this might need to be re-inked. So we'll see which one is better and go with it. That one's good. Okay. Close that up. Now the colors I used on the sample here was polished pink, soft succulent, and there's a little bit of yellow in there, and I think it was daffodil delight because I think that's the brightest yellow that we have. And let me grab some scrap paper, and because it's going to go all the way through and we don't want to ruin our Stampin' Pierce mat. So I'm going to work with the dark first. Again, this is polished pink. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to color in the flowers first. I'm just going to color where the lines are. All right, so then that one's good. And then there's a little one down here, if you can't see that. Very, very small one. And then this is the largest one here. So we'll give it a little bit more dark color. And then here's another little one. And then one more small one here. I was just looking at the flowers here. The one I'm working with right now looks like a poinsettia. So you could definitely color that in red, a red theme. And it would look really nice as well. Then we've got the light polished pink. So I'm going to fill in with a light polished pink. Try to stay in the lines the best I can here. I'd like to use a chisel point just because I have more control with it. I hope you guys can't hear that TV. My husband has it so loud. He's downstairs, and the living room is right under my floor of my craft room. It's a spare bedroom that we transferred over into my craft room, and sometimes he has that TV a little too loud. He's watching some kind of movie. I don't know what it is, but... Right. Just got a little bit more here. And then here's this one. So if you're coming on right now, I am offering this free class tonight. We're making 4 cards, hopefully. And this is my ordering special as well. So if you purchase $35 in product from my online store, you will receive 8 of these card kits, 2 of each design for free as a thank you gift. And I will also have written instructions for you as well, so you can go step by step. Let me grab my soft succulent, which is right here. Now I find this is going to be take the longest, and it really doesn't matter what ones are dark and which ones are light. I just kind of just go with it, go with the flow. We'll just kind of fill them in. And then I'm just kind of like almost dotting because this one here, this marker is extremely juicy. It's kind of brand new. It hasn't been used a lot. So the ink, when they're brand new, they tend to just kind of flow very fast. And it's easy to go outside of the lines for sure. Okay, one more here. And then I'm going to fill in with a light and see what we get. I try to work like in a circle going all the way around. And I kind of rotate the paper. That way I know I can see it a little bit better. I'm working with my reading glasses tonight. Usually I have my normal glasses on. So I'm like, my head's probably in the camera, and my like face is probably, I don't know, 5 inches away, so I can see a little bit better. But that's what happens when you old age, right? Our eyes tend to get worse as we age. At least mine do. But, you know, I've been wearing glasses since I was 6, 7, 8 years old. So I remember that first day, still remember that first day going to 3rd grade, halfway through the morning, walking in front of my classmates with my eyeglasses on. Yes, I could see better, but I didn't like it. I didn't want them on. So you remember taking them off and just putting my head down on the desk, right? I was so mad that I had to wear eyeglasses. And if you saw my eyeglasses, yes, there's been technology, but they are still very, very thick. All right, we're about halfway done. And then we just need to add the Daffodil Delight. to the center of the flowers, and then we'll be good to go to die cut. Okay, I think I've got all of them. And get these out of the way, and then let me grab, I'm just gonna grab my brightest yellow, which is the dark Daffodil Delight. I'm just gonna fill in the middle here. And there's 4. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to get that mini cut and emboss out once again. And I also need the die, so let's grab that from my case. And it's this one here. On this one, I'll probably have to use the washi tape, as I know my plates are a little bit warped. Okay, grab number 3, number 2, my paper, and the die. And let's see. Let me grab some of this washi tape off. This has been on here forever, so who knows how good it is. Okay. So my eyes went over here and down. I know that's pretty good. So we'll just add that piece. And then let me try to steal another piece off here. Well, just need a little piece. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to work with this one down here. Just add a little bit right there. Then we're going to add number 2. And I'm going to crank it through, and let's see if I get a nice cut. Fold those up, make a little bit more space. And let's see what we have here. Not too bad. Okay, so I think we're ready to finish this one. Okay, now we're going to cover up this here. We're going to put like liquid glue underneath this area here, and then Stampin' Dimensionals on the outer side. That way it can be even with the top oval, okay? So let's kind of do this slowly. So it's going to go about here. So that means I need one here. And we'll put one over here. And then one here. I'm going to use liquid glue for this step. I'll just put some right along the edge. Slide that over to me here. And then it's going to come right over here. I love this die cut. It's beautiful. Okay. That is looking really good. All right, so now we're going to embellish it, and I also need to make a bow here. We use the polished pink ribbon here. It's the open weave ribbon. It's one of the in colors here. We'll use that bow maker once again. And of course, I will make your bows. We'll just take the piece off here. I'll make them long enough so that you guys can trim the tails down to how you want them. Like this bow here that I'm making is definitely, the tails are going to be too big or too long. So that's how yours will come. That way you can cut down to size. Isn't that a cute little bow? All right. And I'm going to put this away because I don't think we need it anymore. Again, I'm going to use glue dots to secure this little cute bow. You may want to use 2. And I'll just add it right there. And one more, just for safety. Because you never know how it's going to travel in the mail. Now I'd like to put the bow right down here. You could put it wherever you want, but that's where I'm putting mine. And then I'm going to trim these down. Okay. And just take another look at it. I think that's pretty good. Now we're going to embellish with the iridescent pearls. And let me grab those from my box. They come in, I believe, 2 sizes now. I've used a lot of them. So I can't remember if there are 3 sizes or 2, but I'm going to say 2. I use one of the bigger ones, and I'm going to add it. I'm going to put it right there. Oh boy, no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to put it over here, which the sample does, it looks like. And then we're going to just sprinkle these. Let's put one up here. You could also put one over the yellow too. Okay, see that? That's really pretty. Actually, let's add one here. I'm going to take this one off. I'll pick it up and I'm going to put it over here. Oops. Oh, you know what? The glue's still on there. That's okay. Let's just take our liquid glue and we'll just put a really tiny, small dot, like super small. And then we'll take that pearl and add it. And it'll dry and it'll be fine. Now, if you want, you could put one underneath here, but this ribbon is covering it up. So I think it'll be okay not to have it there. But we have 4. So remember, I always said odd numbers. So actually, hold on. Let's just take this one off and see what, I think it's going to look good just with the pearls on the flowers. And there's 3, so that's our odd number. All right, and then here's the inside. Merry Christmas now. What do you guys think? Pink for Christmas? Yes or no? That was my question on my Facebook page, like maybe a week and a half ago. And it was 50-50, by the way. So let's see what your vote brings us. And I'll get ready for that 3rd card and find all the pieces that's supposed to go with it. Okay, it is that one, the blue. All right, do we have any votes yet? Let me see what my laptop says. No, 2 no's in a row. I was guessing that from Lynn and Louise because I think that's what you actually voted on our team page too. Yes, pink. Hey, Joni. Hey, Joni, I owe you an answer because I know you posted one on my YouTube channel and I just haven't been able to get to you. So I'm really sorry about that, but I will eventually. After here, I'm doing computer work. And then I'm cutting. I have a Stampin' Stack tomorrow. No, on Saturday. And I have 4 people ready to come. And we're going to make 24 Christmas cards. They don't know what they're going to be making, though. It could be maybe 2 of these. Maybe they're going to be making some pink cards. You guys can also vote. Would you add that strip like this or keep it all one panel? So 1 panel or the strip. And pink, yes or no. And while you're voting, I'm going to see what I can find for this card kit that's here, but I don't know where all the pieces are. Yeah, I just need 1 more. I think we're good. Just need a scrap. And that's easy. I can just go and, oh, this is my scrap. Okay, I've got everything for this next card. All right, so let's see. I love the kind of die cut set. Yes, it's beautiful. And it's carrying over to the mini catalog, Joni. So you can order it now or you can wait and order it in January. It's $54 the bundle. Okay, so this is the one that's up next. And I like this one personally because, I mean, that strip does add it, but I think you can see the flowers a little bit more on this side. And I do like the pink. In my Parks and Rec class, they love the pink. So I guess it all matter. It doesn't really matter if you like it or not, because we all have our own taste, right? So 50-50 is kind of what I have seen across the board. All right, next one, super simple, but it does have some die cutting again, but it doesn't go too, I mean, it's not that long to create this unless I make a big mistake. So we've got our thick white, basic white, which is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So it's kind of going open like this. Some people call it a hot dog fold, going like this. Sorry, I can't grip yet. My fingers are still frozen from my carpal tunnel. So hopefully I'll be getting that fixed soon. All right, that's our scrap for our little flower there, which I'm going to color a little bit differently. So let me grab my Stampin' Pierce mat and my Memento Black and the stamp itself, which is in my box. It should be just on the floor. Okay. So I have 3 stamps. So here's the floral, which is going to go on that one. I have the sentiment. And I have the inside message. So we're going to stamp in Memento Black first so it can dry, and then we'll color it with our Stampin' Blends. Doesn't matter where. We're just going to stamp it right in the middle because we'll have to die cut it. Right. And then we have our the inside. So let me just show you the inside. I don't know if I showed you that or not. Just a little reminder that you are loved. So we have this one here, and I stamped that in Night of Navy ink. Okay, we're going to open it up and we'll stamp more towards the top because we're going to add this strip of designer series paper at the bottom, and you want a little area to write your message there. Okay. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp on that punched shape, which was just here, right here in my envelope. So now this one, I used the thank you. So it kind of leaves a little bit of a white space up here. So that's a great space to put your embellishment. And there's a little bit of white space down here, and we're going to cover that up with the die cut here. And also I wanted this little curvy thing to be at the center. I got my ink and my stamp, which it kind of barely fits in, but it fits. I'm gonna focus here. There, and I re-inked my Night of Navy, so it's a little bit brighter than our sample. Okay. Oh, you know what I didn't do on that last card? I didn't write stamp on the back side of it. That's okay. I don't have my cleaning scrub is not wet, so we'll just go with it. You guys saw me stamp on that first card. Okay. Work with this and our scrap paper once again. Here is our sample. I'm going to do 2 different colors here. So Balmy Blue is one, and then let me just think of, while I'm coloring, I'll think of what I want to color the other one in. So again, we're just going to, and if you notice, Night of Navy's in the center of that. So it's kind of what I'm trying to do. But I also wanted to throw some yellow in there because I really don't know if I truly like that Night of Navy. So I'm probably going to color in some of that Daffodil Delight. Okay. This one's a little bit harder to color because we got to watch out for that foliage because there's a little leaf right there. I don't want to color that leaf blue. And then this weekend I'll be working on a farmer's market video. Sorry I wasn't able to do it last week. It's just too much, too many classes I had to get ready, and it does take a while to do our farmers markets craft fair videos because I like to have more than one sample because I think it's better that you see more than one, just so it kind of gives you a little bit more feeling. Okay, just like my clipboard farmers market video, I did a little bit more samples there, and I have all my supplies, so that is what I'm going to be working on this weekend as well. I'll be getting those ready to ship next week. I really do love what I do, and I wish I could leave my other job for you guys, but I'm still working on that. All right. It's going to take team members, additional team members. It's also going to take more sales, and I think I'll be less stressed. That's for sure. I just want to do this. Okay, I'm going to color these berries in blue, and they're kind of stamped in the memento a lot, so it's really hard to see it, but those are blue. I'm going to take the light balmy blue and color. Now this one is not as fresh as that soft succulent. So as you can hear, it's kind of squeaky. And I said I was going to color this one a different color, but Karen was talking too much. So you'll probably be able to see it a little bit better because I'm going to add the Daffodil Delight in the middle, and it should pop a little bit. Listen to this squeaky. I guess I need to put Balmy Blue on my list for Stampin' Blends, my next order. Whew. Okay. That looks pretty good. I may go over it again. Let's let it dry and see. Let me grab that Daffodil Delight and let's see what happens. Yeah, I kind of like the yellow, the pop of yellow. I'm going to use soft succulent like I did on the other foliage. And just going to go through real quick. Super juicy. Oh, there's a little berry right there. I missed it. Must be my old eyes once again. I can color these a little bit faster just because they're a little bit bigger. I'm going to go over that berry here and just color in that one. Then I'm going to use the light soft succulent to finish this off. I'm totally going outside the lines. It's like super juicy. Oh, Joni, if you're still watching, also, I'm going to have you some links for all the products I did use in those clipboards. I just haven't had a chance to get those to you. I'm going to post them on the YouTube comments. I could also email those to you as well, if you would like. But I'm going to have the instruction sheets for the clipboards. We'll have all the ordering links in there too. And I'll probably have a few kits left over, and I will post that on my Facebook page. Okay, what's up next is going to be die cutting. And this is the last card we will die cut. So I'm going to clean up this area here. and bring in the mini and figure out where my plates are. If you only saw my desk right now. Okay, going with number 3, number 2. I gotta find my stamp set that has the dies. Like, that's way in your face. Sorry about that. Everything is falling. Oh my goodness. All right. Whew. Okay, here's our little pretty flower, and I'm gonna wing it, and I'm not gonna use any washi tape on this one. Whew, this is gonna be interesting. Sometimes I'm not very good at that. Okay, I think I got it. Be real careful. Ooh, I don't know if I hit it or not. I don't think I did. This time of year, you always have to be careful because of static electricity. It's wicked dry here. Okay, let's see. Crack. All right, let's see how Karen die cut. That's really bad. Oh, well, guess what? I think I have another one already. Oh my gosh, that is so bad, right? Oh gosh, hold on, because, oh, I might just use it. Oh, well, I'll fix it later. Because I know I had 2 already colored and die cut in one of the kits I was trying to finish at my class. But I don't see those anywhere. I'm going to go. Now, we'll just wing it. Just pretend this is a really beautiful die-cutted flower. Okay, get these plates out of the way. Whew, that's embarrassing. Okay, super easy. We're going to take our Stampin' seal and just put some on the back side. Look at the pattern, make sure it's kind of going the way you want it to go. That looks like it's upside down, so we're going to go this way. Now, this is a card you could easily mass produce if you die cut very well. Better than this, okay? I would cut my bases, cut my paper, and then I would punch, stamp, well, punch, stamp, color, and then assemble all of them. So that's kind of how I would do it. Definitely want a good adhesive, and I'm going to angle it this way. This is a satin ribbon, by the way. It's a soft succulent. Probably lost everybody, right? Okay, that just acts as a nice little accent underneath. You can barely see it, but it does shimmer. Then this is going to go here, but we definitely have to pop that baby up. So let's use the rest of these dimensional pieces. Probably won't be able to use them all because they're just on top of each other, but I'm going to try to use them all. One more piece. I don't like to waste. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I find that peeling off the little pieces is much easier than using the take your pick tool. All right, this is going to go in the center. And then this really hot mess of a flower, it's going to go somewhere here. And you're going to have to angle it so it doesn't cover up the words. So again, just like the other die cut, you had to put some liquid glue under this part and then Stampin' Dimensionals underneath. So let me just grab another sheet of dimensionals here, and we will add these. I think that's where, let me just double check. Yep, I need one over here too, right there. Oops, there's 2 pieces. And now liquid glue up here. Now I'm going to be able to take this card apart and put another one on, another flower on here. If you do it really carefully, you can be able to peel it off. So I'm going to try to, I want to make sure I'm looking at this satin ribbon here because I want to still see that. So I'm just kind of moving it over a little bit to the right. And I don't want to cover up the word heart. Okay. Oops. Oh my gosh. I didn't take these things off. I wonder it's slipping and sliding. Okay, let's try that again. There. Okay, next up is the strip of Designer Series paper here. Let me grab my CL Plus. Open this one up. Now I'm just going to kind of look at it. And this is 4 inches. You could make it 4 1/4 if you wanted to, but this is just a scrap. Final touch will be those 24 in color matte decorative dots, and they come in all the new in colors. So basically I'm going to see which color I'm going to like the best. Definitely it's going to be a blue, right? So I think I'm going to go with a Starry Sky, which is darker. And these have shaded. They're like dark and then get a little bit lighter. So that's kind of fun too. I'm going to try to find blue areas, the dark blue, to put these in. So one here. I'm going to definitely put a smaller one up there. I'm going to use the putty. Put a small one right there. Cover in that little white area. And then let's grab this one here. So our triangle is boom, boom, and let's put one right in the center of that little flower. You could jazz this up. You know, I'm going to leave that. I think it looks just fine. You can jazz it up with some Wink of Stella. And let me see, do I have any? Yes, I do. Now, Wink of Stella, the last time I checked, was on low inventory. So if you need Wink of Stella, then you need to purchase it like today. Also, Stampin' Up! Announced to demonstrators, and I need to relay to my customers, is that today is the last day you can place an order and that it will be shipped prior to Christmas. So right now they have an up to a 8 days, up to 8 days behind, because they had massive orders I didn't color that in there. December, when demonstrators could pre-order from the mini catalog. And that has definitely put them a little bit behind. So that tells you one thing, right? When there's long shipping delays and a new mini catalog that comes out, guess what? You're gonna love it. And I tell you what, it was so hard not to purchase just about everything in that catalog. So if you need a catalog, let me know. I am going to be ordering a ton of them tonight. So you can email me as well. And I'll get those out the door once I get them here. So probably, I don't know if it'll be by Christmas or not. I'm not going to expedite those here because that will cost too much money. So, okay. So I did have the little Wink of Stella there. And it really does shimmer and shine. And looks pretty nice. Okay, my last card is the one that's my favorite. And it's this one here. It's Christmassy. I don't have this trim, the gold trim, because I just ordered some more. So I've got to figure out what I want to add there. But isn't that beautiful? Real red, which real red is very hard to stamp for me. All right, so let's see if I can mess this one up. We need 'Tis the Season. Okay, we have our Merry Christmas, 'Tis the Season. We have Real Red, and we have Champagne Rhinestones. So Real Red, like I said, is usually a hot mess for me, so I'm just definitely going to stamp this first. Okay, and this barely fits. I used the layering circles on this one. Not too bad. Okay, and then on the inside, we have our white, basic white panel, which is 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to just stamp Merry Christmas. Isn't that cute little font? I think that's so cute. I'll close this up because, you know, red stays forever, swear. Okay, then let's take this one here and find our scrap paper. We're going to color in those berries really quick. I'm going to use Real Red, and I'm only going to use the dark color here. I'm using the chisel point because the blending side will definitely take you a little bit longer. So, at least it does for me. I'm just going to, I probably should have had half of these colored in, but I will go as fast as I can without hitting the camera with my head, which I just did. This one is lots of little circles, but not like round circles. So if you go around the outside and then just color in the middle, it will go faster. You guys can like hum the Jeopardy song if you want. I got like 10 more to color. Of course, this is probably the piece that has the most berries on it. And see how I'm rotating the paper too? The inside strip will have probably a berry or two on that one as well. Now, in the card kits that I'm going to send to you, when you place that $35 order, is not going to have these colored in, of course, and I can't stamp any images because that's against Stampin' Up! Policy. So you'll need, if you want to make the cards exactly like I did here tonight, you'll need to have the bundle, the Framed and Festive stamp set, and the Framed Florets bundle. I used red, Real Red, which I'm using right now, Stampin' Blends, but you could leave these blank if you wanted to. Not blank, but don't color them in. Or you could use watercolor pencils, Stampin' Right markers, or your watercolor brush with some Real Red ink. I wonder what that would look like. Okay, 4. But I will include all the pieces and paper. The bows will be tied nicely in a bow and on a glue dot. You'll definitely need your ink. Like I said, the stamp set, the dies, adhesive. But all the pieces will, like punch pieces, die cut pieces. So if it's a flower, like this one here, you're gonna just receive a piece of scrap white because you'll need to die cut that on your own. Okay. There's a little tiny berry over on that side there. So the strip, let's see, the strip is here. So what I would do, let me just fix this a little white there. I would, since I'm coloring, we're going to color these in too. Because if you leave them like the color they are and you color those in, well, it's not going to match. So you've got to color these in to make it all matchy match. Okay, that's good. All right, I've been going 85 minutes. I just checked. It's going to be a long one. Okay, so we will burnish this with our bone folder, get it to lay flat. Then we will take the panel we just colored in. We'll mount it on a piece of evening evergreen, which is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And that's kind of my normal kind of cut now. I like to have that extra cardstock showing. And since I'm using, oh, come on, 1/4 inch, I like to use liquid glue. That's not coming out very well. Okay, make sure it's going in the correct direction. I'm focusing on the lower left corner here. Slide that down. And then once I get that set, then my eyes travel up to the top left corner, right here. Everything else should just go right in place, which it does. I also like to rub from the back side just in case I have fresh ink on there on my fingers. That way it won't transfer over. Now you could either pop this up or just put it on here. On the sample card, I did just take my glue and added it right to the front of the card base. Whoa. Okay. And we'll just add this here. Directional, by the way, so really pay attention. Then we've got our stamped circle and we have our scalloped. These are the larynx. Now, what you could do, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to pop this one up. The sample here is not, but I want to see what that looks like popped up. So let's grab some more of those dimensionals. Find a fresh pack up here. And we're going to create a triangle out of the dimensionals. Squish those down. And let's just remove those backings really quickly. And then just layer this right on the scallop. Okay, and then this is going to go here. We have the gold foil foliage. Now, there's little pieces that get left behind, so you'll have to check those out. I will be having my husband die cut all this, and I know he doesn't like these little pieces, so if you get a couple little pieces, sorry about that, but I at least have him die cutting and helping me out. So, all right, another triangle with our dimensionals. We're almost done, you guys. Thank you for sticking around. If you're still here, I really have no idea how many people are watching and how many people are not. But eventually you'll find me if you haven't found me yet. So now you just got to decide where you want to put this circle. I'm going to put it in the center. Then the gold's going to go over here. Now, if you want to just put one on here, that's perfectly fine. Oops, let me just slide this under. Okay, I'm going to try something different on this one. Okay, wish I had my silicone craft sheet, but little tiny dots of liquid glue where the biggest part of the paper is, and a little bit on the stem. I'm going to slide this in like this. This is loose, and that's good. That's what I want. I'm not gonna, let's see, I don't have this, so I don't really have a bow that will work with this. Linen thread that's not gonna match. So just envision this. Let me just take this one off, if I can. It's super sticky. And I'm just gonna put this one on here so you can kind of get the, we can kind of remake it a little bit, okay? I'm gonna use just one because I'm thinking about what I wanna do for the inside. I'll use my liquid glue on the strip here. Again, this is just a piece of scrap. And let's see which way it's gonna go. I think I'm gonna put it this way. Now, what I was wondering is how this would look on the inside. And I probably could have put it, ooh, that's gonna be wicked pretty, you guys. That's what I'm gonna do. If I can be really quick about it. Actually, I've never done this. Slide something under the strip, but I think that's gonna look really pretty. Find my block. Sweet. All right, let's add some glue. Get my seal plus. Whoa. Isn't that pretty, you guys? We'll grab our champagne rhinestones if they're here. I'm digging. Oh, there they are. Still down. No, those are the other ones. I really want to finish this one with a champagne, so hold on. I'm going to have a bottle of champagne tonight. Dang. Well, maybe not. Okay, well, envision it without. And I'm not going to show this one, but I'll show the inside so we can kind of compare what it would look like. So that's just with one. And then here is them side by side. So I know what you're going to all vote for. I think you're going to vote for the one on the left. But let me know. Let's see what we like. And while you are voting, I just found the champagne rhinestones. Okay, do we have any votes? My laptop is like 20 seconds behind always. One or two, you guys. Okay, sweet. Joni, thank you for voting. All right, that's what I would say too. All right, so let me just add the champagne rhinestones. And that's the front. Don't look at that. I used a different kind of foil too. It's a brushed look to it. And I'm going to grab one of the larger ones here. And I'm going to put it in this little green space here. Oops. That wasn't locked. It has a spatula side. Did you guys know that? Okay, and then let's grab a little tiny one. Put it right there in that white spot. And then one up here. Okay, sweet. I think we're done. Okay, so let's see what we just made tonight. We're going to take this one away. And let me clear out my area. This one. Oh, I didn't do that one. Let's see. It's hard because I have them all over the place. Okay, so we'll go with, no, this one because I put the little pearls on that. Okay, so here we go. This is my free class with a $35 order. And you have to use that special host code. So let me bring that in. Okay, it's the Framed Florets ordering special, and it starts today and goes until the 16th. And the class will ship the week of December 26th. I will try to get it out sooner, but I'm not going to promise you because the 26th around that date is when I usually ship my card club. And that takes me a while if I'm cutting and die cutting all by myself. So I will try to get this shipped out before club. If you are in club, I will hold this class and ship everything together. My host code here to use for the ordering special is embedded here in the URL, which I've copied and pasted all of this in the description box here on Facebook or YouTube. I'm also going to put this on my Facebook page, which is Inspired by Graham, and eventually it will get on my blog. $35 product order or more gets you 8 kits. Host code PY2X49GS. If your order is more than $150 or more, well, I would say purchase a starter kit, of course, but don't use that host code. Just use the inspiredbygraham.com shop now button, and you'll get the Stampin' rewards, which start at $15, and that's free product from Stampin' Up. So, of course, I would send you to the starter kit page, because orders like that should be in a starter kit. So, anyway, if you want to learn more about that starter kit, let me know, or more about my Framed Florets ordering special or my card club. I thank you very much for watching me. If you watched till the end, or if you're just picking up my channel now, here you go. Here's the free card class. Comes with instructions and printed out in color and shipped with you as well. So I hope you guys have a great night. This is my weekend because I don't work on Fridays. I'll be cutting paper for my Stampa Stack, which is on Saturday. So here at my house. And if you're local to me and you want to come, I do have one or two seats left. So give me a shout. That's all I got to say. All right, you guys have a great weekend, and I will have a tape recording farmers market video for you guys some point Monday. All right, take care. Oh, wait, I forgot to look at the questions. Sorry, I'm going to go back. All right. Let's chat with us. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Don't forget to hit the like button. That's right. YouTube, and if you hit that like button, YouTube likes that, and your algorithms are better. Oh, that's a great idea, Teresa. Just get them ready, prep them ready, and you can just do all your die cutting up home. Okay. Yeah, Lynn, all that blue is very pretty. Blue and the greens, all of those papers, like the designs are so beautiful. Okay, I'm still reading. Always roll with it. You got it, Lynn. That's what I do. I'm original. I am not going to edit this video. I don't do that. Oh, great, Carla. You ordered the Framed Florets bundle. Great choice. And you were able to take advantage of Stampin' or the celebration because you're a demonstrator. So you got that free product coming to you. Okay. No. Yes. Pink. No. Can't decide. Love them both. Okay. Yep. I'll get that to you. Okay. Alice, I'll see you on Saturday. Maybe we'll make this one, Alice. We'll see. I know we're going to be using this paper. Okay. I guess we don't have any questions, so I think we're good. I'm going to sign off and get this all cleaned up so I can work in here tomorrow. You guys have a great night. Thank you so much.